Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 3 of the revival project of Alex's S15. In the last episode we got her running, but clearly not running very well. I have unfortunately had some computer issues where I had to format my computer, and I've lost a lot of footage between this episode and last, which is a bit of a shame because it's all back together now, but I had some great shots from inside under the valve cover there of the culprit. So rookie me, not having a lot of experience on SRs, 100% should have just cracked the rocker cover straight away, but you know, we learn, and then immediately just seeing the rocker arm on cylinder 2 intake side, you know, off, not where it's supposed to be. So this car is fitted with rocker arm stoppers, and I know, you know, people have their opinions about them, but it certainly did its job. It was still on the lifter, and it had just slipped off the valves and lodged itself on the side of the valve springs. So it's probably the best possible thing that could happen before it got really catastrophic under there. Managed to find the shims relatively easy as well, which was even better. But other than that, everything looked really well. Camshafts look fantastic. Yeah, no marks, nothing. So that's promising. So yeah, unfortunately the camshaft has to come out, so we can get that rocker back where it needs to be. So that was pretty straightforward, getting that all out, back in, and getting it to the point of where we can start her again. So now that the engine is running and running really well, it was at this point that we decided to do a quick comp test. Now that it's been running and, you know, come up to operating temperature, we did do a compression test like when we first picked up the car, and it was it was pretty shit, to be honest. Yeah, I think we had 90 pounds across all 4. So yeah, not the greatest, but obviously the car's been sitting for, you know, a long time, so it's going to show some poor results. So now that the engine is running and I've got it up to operating temperature, we can do another compression test now. So that came out at about 120 across all cylinders. I think cylinder 3 was like 117, so look, it's still low, but you know, there's just not enough load on the engine just running it, idling. So I think with a little bit of a drive, maybe, you know, can force those rings out a bit and see if the comp comes up even just a little bit more. You know, if we could see 130, that would just get us into the minimum standard from Nissan. Still a bit low, but you know, hey, at least it's even. So we're just hoping that once the car is all back together, rear end's back in, and you know, the car can get dropped down and taken for a quick blast, and then hopefully with a quick pounding on the street, bring her back in and give her another compression test to see if it's come up a little bit. And obviously if it comes up a little bit and we are sort of at the minimum standard for the compression test. That would be a lot better, but we'll have to see how we go with that. So next order of works, as you can see, the rear cradle is being stripped so that we can send it to our good friend Nick at the Blast Factory in Coburg to be blasted, and then we'll send that off to get some powder coating done so it's all nice and fresh. We've also got lots of GK Tech goodies to go on, and that includes some new cradle bushers, diff bushers, rear arm set. Alex has got a set of Skyline knuckles to go on the back so that it will have some larger brakes. The diff will get some love at some point, but not immediately. I'll measure up the standard arms just to get the new adjustable arms in the ballpark, get those all back on once the cradle's all fresh and back, and then we can think about getting this rear cradle back in and get closer to taking her for a quick drive. So I reckon we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. In the next episode, I reckon we'll be attending to the fuel lines and making sure they're all cleaned out and looking good, so that we can hook everything back up and get some petroleum in this fuel tank and get her running properly. So thanks for tuning in, ladies and gents, and see you on the next one.